Hi, I'm Andrew, and I care for my mother who's been living with dementia. On this channel, I share my caregiving journey, the lessons, the love, and the faith that carries me through. Let us encourage and support each other as we journey together. Hello to all my YouTube family and friends. Welcome back to my channel. This week, I wanted to talk about something very personal, something I didn't expect, something that touched a tender place in my heart. As many of you may know, Mommy has her days when she asks for people who have passed on long ago. She still asks for my mother-in-law, even though she attended her funeral, even though she gave a whole tribute back in 2019.
We are gathered here today to say farewell to our dearly beloved family member, church sister, friend, and whatever she meant to all of us. Today, as we meet for this farewell service, let us think seriously on the life and work of a stalwart, this woman of God, Sister Violet Scott.
She asked for her cousins, her siblings, friends, and a lot of people who have left this world years ago. You know, those moments always, they always kind of, I don't even know how to describe it, but they always, it's like they pinch a nerve. But over time, you know, you learn how to accept them as part of her dementia journey. But this week, something different happened. Something that shook me in a way I don't think I was ready for it at all. Nope. Mommy actually forgot who I was for the very first time. So I walked into the room that she was in. She was on her tablet coloring and, you know, just having a regular conversation. Same voice, same face, same, hi, mommy. Nothing unusual. But mommy looked straight at me and she started asking me about my sister's children. So she started calling them by name and asking me how they were. And she spoke with confidence, like she was speaking to my sister herself. So she started saying, so you don't think I know your children then? And I say, at first, you know, I smiled, thinking it was just a regular mix-up. And I said to her, Mom, and I called my sister name, this is not her. And she said to me, but you know, take me know my children them. And you know, when she insisted, she sounded very certain what she was saying. She was convinced that it was my sister. And I stood there smiling on the outside, but sinking on the inside. Because for the first time in my whole life, my mother, who birthed me, who raised me, who prayed over me, depends on me. She didn't recognize me. And it took my breath away. It bruised that tender place in my heart that I didn't even know was there. But then she caught up herself and she said, oh my goodness, I can't believe I make such a mistake, you know? And then she brushed it off. And then I am aware that she was really coloring, so she might have been so taken up in the coloring. that could have really been a genuine excuse. But yes, it did touch a tender place in my heart. And as caregivers, we prepare for so many things. We prepare for the wandering, because even now, I have to prepare for that. I prepare for the confusion. And what I realize when I take mommy into busy spaces, there's a level of confusion that you can see it on her face. Recently, I had to travel with her, and I left her right in my view. I'm looking at her, and she, I'm making eye contact with her, and she is making eye contact with me and calling out to me and whatever, and I'm making, face signs with my face and everything. And I just went to use the kiosk because I left her with the bags, and I don't want the bags unattended. And the place wasn't busy either. It wasn't busy. Trust me, in there was empty. So I left her with the bags and I said, do not move. And I'm right here and I'm watching you. And you can see me, you can call out to me. So I'm watching her, and I just started using the kiosk. And as I started using the kiosk, I realized that she just walked away, leave the bags. But she went to the security guard, started having a conversation, totally forgot about the bags. So, but thankfully, I'm there and I'm watching her. So I realized, no, I can't leave her and depend on her to say, stay here, and she don't move. So it's all about getting, preparing my mind for these days ahead. I realize that she'll be going through this journey where she'll be so confused and not sure what to do. And when I went back to her, I knew what she said to the gentleman, to the security guard, because she wanted to find out if it was okay for her to stay there. That's what she asked. But she couldn't remember what she went over there for. She couldn't remember what she walked away from the bags to go talk to him about. And that, that forgetfulness part is something that we have to prepare ourselves for. We prepare for repeated questions and how they forget certain memory. And for mommy now, mommy has lost all the short-term memory. Thankfully today I heard her talking about a story that happened when she was a child. And she called the people by name. Mark you, I don't know if the names are correct, to be honest, but at least she had a name. And she said, I wonder what happened to Sylvia now. No, Sylvia would have probably been dead by now, because Sylvia either would be in her age group, or even sometimes she said, I wonder what happened to this teacher. No, that teacher probably has passed on by now, because if that teacher was much older than her and she was a child, so then, yeah. And sometimes we even prepare ourselves to hear them ask for loved ones who passed on long ago. But nothing prepares us for the day when our loved ones forgets us. Even though I am our primary caregiver, even though I am with her every day, even though I bathe her, I dress her, I feed her, I pray with her, I advocate for her, and I love her dearly. But in that moment, none of that mattered to her memory. Her mind simply could not find me at that time. And as I stood there trying to hold myself together, a scripture gently settled into my spirit, and I knew it was God's way of holding me up. There's a portion of Isaiah 49 between verse 15 and 16 in the New Living Translation, which says, "Can a mother forget her nursing child? Even if that were possible, I would not forget you. See, I have written your name on the palms of my hands." The moment that verse came back to me, my spirits lifted. Because even though mommy didn't remember me in that moment, God reminded me, I have not forgotten you. I know exactly who you are. Yes, God knows exactly who we are. So even if dementia erases my name, even if it blurs my face, even if recognition fades, God never loses sight of us. He sees every act of love. He sees every sacrifice, every tear we cry in silence. And He has our names engraved in the palm of His hands, He says. That truth was the anchor I needed that day. Later that night, I felt a little low. And it's not because mommy did anything wrong. She didn't. But because I realized how close we might be to the day when she might not even remember me at all. And that possibility is very heavy. And it is real. It is a grief that comes before the loss. I remember when I go to my dementia support group, they always tell you that us who are caregivers actually mourn the loss of our loved ones twice. So it's like we're mourning inside now, and when that unfortunate time comes, we mourn all over again. Yeah. So it's a grief that shows up while your loved one is still alive. A grief that caregivers understand too well. But acknowledging the grief doesn't mean we stop loving. It means that we need to love deeper because we know how fragile the time is. Yeah. So here's what gives me strength. Even when mommy didn't know my name, she still held my hand. She still let me hug her, and trust me, when I hug her and I start playing with her and I start make up all of these crazy songs, crazy songs. It's just like anything just come to my mouth, I just rhyme it up, and just to get her a laugh. And it does work. She still smiles at me with the warmth in her eyes. And she will say, "Leave me now, man." It's warm to you. And it reminded me of something powerful. The mind may forget, but the heart remembers love. So even if mommy wakes up tomorrow and calls me the wrong name, I will still love her. I will still show up for her. I will still care for her with every ounce of grace God has given me. Because love is not dependent on recognition. Love is faithful even when memory fails. Caregivers, if your loved one has ever forgotten you, even for a wee bit of moment, please know this: you are not alone. You are not failing. Neither are you invisible. Remember, you are doing holy work, and God sees you. God remembers you. God is carrying you. Thank you for being here with me on this journey. I encourage you to love upon your loved ones right now while they still can appreciate your love. Walk good. For those in the US, by the posting of this video, I know Thanksgiving would have passed, but I pray that you would have had a great Thanksgiving holiday. Yes, walk good. Goodbye.